Hello, and welcome to the second development vlog for A Boy and His Golem. A lot of progress has been made. I missed my initial deadline by a day or two. I'm actually making this a day and a half after I got the demo version of the game up on my Dropbox. But the game itself is nowhere near done, but what I have finished is a working, although sort of glitchy, initial test level along with a kind of simple GUI start menu, if you will. But anyway, you'll notice that there are enemies now. But this is purely a demo build. It is not the finished game at all, and you probably won't see the finished game until sometime in June, just because I'm going back to school in a few days, and once I'm there I won't have any time for really any sort of development whatsoever. But this was sort of like my spring break project. But anyway, let's start. So this is the first test level. You may notice that on all of the gates there's a little 0. That's because that's for debugging. I forgot to turn it off when I exported the final thing. And you will notice that I am running this in browser. This is running in Mozilla Firefox. It runs slightly faster in Internet Explorer, and the anti-aliasing is also slightly better. So for best results, play this game in IE 10. For some reason it doesn't work in Google Chrome. I don't know why, but I'm not sure. I haven't really tried that hard to fix the problem. But this is the first test level. It is running on my Dropbox. It's not a server-side program, but I've made it so that you can get to the game from anywhere. Just using this link. I'll put it in the description so you can play the demo yourselves. But I'm going in circles here. But anyway, so there's a very simple GUI for at least the boy. It's got 3 hearts. The health system is kind of glitchy, and then I was too lazy to make a player icon, so I just redrew the sprite in the corner. But anyway, so there are signs. It just makes a dialogue pop up in the browser window. Oh, there are also checkpoints. The tile set is kind of fixed. Kind of. There's still a lot of placeholder art, like the gates and the backgrounds, but it's mostly done, I guess. But anyway, there are not that many sounds. I need to put in more sounds. The boy doesn't make any sounds. The only person who makes sounds is the golem. But yep, you can die now. An improvement over last week. Okay, so flick levers, then press C. There's a camera view object thing. What? Oh crap, that's not good. Did I? Oh, I switched characters. Sorry. I hit the wrong key. But anyway, if you hit X, the view pans over to the object that just got opened. It's kind of glitchy and annoying. I have to work it out. But so in this case, it panned over to the X coordinate of this bridge, which was right around there, which is why the camera kind of overshot. Opening all the gates, press C, and here we go. Golem. Alright. He makes a stomping sound whenever he walks now. It's not great, but sound quality is actually higher in Internet Explorer 10 for whatever reason. I think that they have support for MP3 files instead of WAV files. But something the signs don't tell you is that if you press the X key, you can climb on the back of this guy. It's kind of glitchy, but for the most part, it works okay. There are a few problems with it, but there's also a very rudimentary bad combat system. If I take the golem and I hit the Z key, he can slam. The animation is kind of glitchy, like that's the full animation right there, but sometimes it does that and it's kind of jerky. But these are just really simple destructible blocks. I have like placeholder particle effects for like explosions when you destroy them. Alright, another checkpoint. Show over the boy character. More signs. I call these things caterpines instead of porcupines. It's a working name just because they have 6 legs. But that was a kind of random addition. And you can kill him by, it's a combo that uses the down and the key. You may notice that the Golem's feet clip slightly into the tile set, but that's also a fixable issue. So, in addition to switches, there are also these things called pressure pads. Pressure pads you can only activate when you're the Golem. He has to stand on them, or you can drop a boulder on top of them, which we'll see shortly. But the boy can switch levers, but he can't trigger pressure pads. The Golem can trigger pressure pads, but he can't switch levers. It's just a way of balancing out the game. And the twist is the Golem has to stay on the pressure pad for the door to stay open. So if I walk off and I go to the boys view, you'll notice the gate is closed again. So in order to get around this and be able to progress, what I have to do is I have to step on the pressure pad, switch to the boy. There you go. The view has to catch up with him. It's kind of annoying. That's really buggy. I have to fix it. But again, this is a really buggy demo build. So that just dropped a boulder, you may have noticed. That rock, I have to make it draw in front of the Golem instead of behind it, just so that it's more noticeable. But those are the other objects in game that can trigger pressure pads. And now both characters can progress because the door is now permanently open, or the gate. Checkpoint! I have to add a sound for that. Alright, now here's a bit of a jumping puzzle. It's not really even a puzzle, but it's something slightly different. It doesn't use switches as much. I mean, it does use switches, but if I switch over to the player character, who is light enough to activate these things, I can jump. Yeah, bottomless pit. You also have to be able to get a running start on these, so there we go. Avoid caterpine, porcupine, I don't know. Again, all the names are kind of still in the air. Flick that one switch, that's just more of a reflexes puzzle, being able to time the jumps right. And here's another pressure pad. So checkpoint. Alright, now we go back here. There's a pit that I can't cross, so what I need to do is to activate the bridge, I need the Golem to go step on the pressure pad. The game dynamic I'm kind of going for here is sort of like Lego Star Wars, just having to use different characters with different abilities to solve different puzzles. It's like very linear progression, but nonetheless I'm trying to make it interesting. But right now it's a little unbalanced in the sense that the boy can do more, or at least so far the puzzles I've made let him do more. And I should have put this sign earlier, but it just says that if you ever get stuck, hold V and you'll go back to the last checkpoint. But not so important, actually. So just to show that enemies do kill you. They kill you a little quickly, but let's see. Can he make the jump? He's not supposed to be able to make the jump. You can make the jump. Well, oh well. Screw it. Now I can raise that, and now I can walk across. So before, if I had tried to cross this with the Golem, he would have fallen into the pit. But now he can just walk right across. The only problem I found with this, though, is when playing through, is that that was a glitch you just saw there with the Golem accelerated. The Golem can actually make it out with a double jump, so it's kind of pointless. But these are all, it's a buggy demo. It's not a perfect level. I have to do better design for it. And now the way you beat the level is when both players have collided with the exit sign. It just says you're done. So, and that's my progress from last week. this is the only development vlog you're going to be seeing for a really long time. I know more would be good, but I'm just not going to have time to work on any of this. If you're interested in seeing how I did the animations for these characters, I have put up a series of tutorials about bone rigging and animating in Anime Studio. You can find those if you go to the channel. I can maybe put a link in the description. But anyway, yeah, hear all the sounds. I got them off of a website called Free Sound. They have a lot of good options. But other than that, that's the whole game. And you can play it if you want. This link here, it'll be in the description. It does not work in Chrome. I'm not sure why. I have not been able to test it in Safari, so I don't know how it runs on Macs or not. But Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer 9 and above seem to work fine. And it's very buggy. If you find any extra bugs, feel free to leave them in the comments because I have not found all of them. And thanks for watching. Subscribe.